We've seen a nice recovery up. We managed to bounce right off that 60K level. We're now trading at about 68, which is fantastic. But it begs the question, are we looking at this continuing to rally up above 70K, setting brand new all-time highs? Or, and a lot of people actually think that this might be it now, which might actually be why it's not. Are we looking at something a little bit more like this, right? We set that kind of second key mountaintop. Maybe it becomes a little bit more profiled like this, but essentially we form a kind of double top formation and then tumble much lower. I want to discuss those possibilities with you in this YouTube video. Obviously, as you guys know, if you've been subscribed, many of you guys are new here, but I'm not here to convince you of anything. I really don't care what you think. I love you, but I don't care. And what I'm interested in doing is kind of playing out both sides the way I see it and then telling you guys what I think as well, because I know many of you are curious about that. So definitely some really interesting stuff going on here. Before I get into the meat and potatoes here, I do want to highlight to you guys the phenomenal bonuses available to you guys with the links in the description down below. You're getting over $100,000 in exchange bonuses with the links down below. Be mindful of your country's local regulations. They're not allowed in certain countries around the world, but Bybit is giving you up to $30,000 for free to trade with and a free $500 Bitcoin position just for signing up and following the steps you're going to see on that link right there. Super, super easy and clean. Very well worth checking out because you just get free money that you can throw into the market and do anything you like with. So that is sick. Now, back to the charts here. Let's actually break down what we're seeing. We got a really nice recovery off that $61,000 level. This is now the second time we managed to produce a bounce off this level. The first time we overshot it a little bit, but I'm not concerned about that. This is now the second time that we've actually bounced off this support level, and it's produced yet another strong bounce. Let's actually zoom in and understand what the market is telling us about this specific price level. If we go ahead and draw the rally up that Bitcoin produced just on its first little leg, 13 hours later Bitcoin's up by 14%. Okay, so this is no small move. This is a big deal for the market. And if we take a look at what we had right here, again, we're looking at 18 hours and 12%. Very similar moves happening in very similar time frames. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely loving this stuff, ladies and gents, because that tells us that we're bouncing off the support, producing big bounces, and we're producing them quickly. So this is a very strong area of support. It might collapse the more we test it, and this is something which is really important. The low 60K area to me is the best support Bitcoin has because it has no fucking support, and so it's the best of a bad bunch, and that's something which I think is really important. The reason I'm telling you guys that is if we zoom out onto the daily time frame, we take a look at exactly what this level represents. It's, you know, I mean, it's not got a lot of history backing this particular price area. We've got a line up here at about 64, but we can lower this down to about 63. We can lower this even down to about 61, where we got the bounce, and you can definitely see that there is some price action taking place in early 21 and late 21 right here, and you know, there is enough to justify some level of support, but it's nothing compared to, for example, the low 40K level, where we've got, you know, resistance and then support and, you know, so on, just going on for the next basically 2 years or year and a bit. And I think that's actually a very big deal, telling us a lot about what we're dealing with in terms of this particular area. So, you know, to me, this is an area of support, and it's the best Bitcoin has because it doesn't have any other areas of support, but we haven't seen any cracks in it yet either. So I wouldn't want to start kind of doubting the support level just yet. I think it's not actually that bad, you know, and what I actually want to do instead is just continue to watch this and see what it looks like if we continue to fall back down here. At the moment, like I said, it's not the strongest area of support, but we've shown no signs of this area of support starting to collapse, so I'm pretty positive about another bounce right now coming off this level. Is it the kind of thing I would trade? Probably not. It's not the kind of thing I'm interested in trading, but if I had free money behind my back, yeah, it'd probably be something I'd be interested in because fuck it, it's free money. I don't care what happens with it. You know, so that is definitely an interesting potential swing. There's also this resistance up here at about $70,000, 69, the previous all-time high. Very real possibility of a rejection. I don't think that the chances of that are too high right now because we are consolidating right before we hit that level, right? You can see the last time we were kind of consolidating before we hit that level, we kind of peaked above it, but it wasn't too difficult, and Bitcoin was able to break above the 69K level. So if you start to kind of come up to these price levels, but you're consolidating before you get there, then you're actually setting yourself up for success, and you're making it more likely that you're going to penetrate those levels. So, you know, that could be the kind of real turning point where if we see Bitcoin basically reclaim this level, and I guess specifically you could say, let's say reclaim this $70,700 level, and that's actually a really nice level because you're above the $70,000 level, you're above it with more than $500 of headroom, and you know, before, you know, things started to really start tumbling, This was our kind of last real high. You could also say it's this high right here. They're both great. They're both really good highs to be looking at. If we pass this high, it's game on. If we pass this high, it's game on. It just depends on how conservative you are. But that's something which I'd be keeping an eye out for. And I'm going to be watching this to see how it works in terms of reaching up to that area of resistance at about 74. Obviously, that would be the next key level to reclaim. If Bitcoin goes above this, we're looking at $80,000 and so on, and it would be absolutely fantastic, the best thing in the world. So for me right now, from everything I'm seeing, I'm liking the look of this. I think that, we've got a nice bounce right here. I think that we could be potentially entering a bit of a sideways range, and if we do, my God, get yourself ready for the moves that are going to come, because if Bitcoin goes sideways right now, to me, that's going to be the strongest indication that we're looking at massive continued upside on this chart. Unfortunately, this is going to be another very short video from me. Again, those of you that are subscribed, I like to go way more in depth. Some of you actually like this shorter length content. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm genuinely very curious. I prefer much longer content. I'm not wasting your time with the longer content. I'm literally just being thorough. But unfortunately, today's another video where I can't do that. So make sure that you are staying tuned for the next videos I'm going to be putting out, where I have a lot more time to go over these things with you. What I want to cover real quick is just some of the areas of support resistance that we have on the chart using key indicators. We've managed to break through that hourly Ichimoku cloud, and of course the hourly EMA ribbon was absolutely no problem for Bitcoin. On the 4-hour time frame, we broke EMA resistance as well, so we are starting to flip some things here, which is absolutely fantastic. However, on the 4-hour time frame, we have also managed to bounce off that green Ichimoku cloud. We did fall out of it a little bit, but I don't have a problem with that. I think that's okay. The reason I don't have a problem with it is because we do have just a small fake out and a very important support level, so to me, this support level is much more magnetic than the Ichimoku. If we overshoot it a little bit, I have no problem. We continue going up. Everything is fantastic. Let's take a look at this on the daily. We are still yet to get anywhere near to our areas of support, and this to me is actually a much more interesting time frame now. Like, this is what I'm actually a lot more interested in taking a look at. We're about halfway through the week now on Wednesday. There's going to be some interesting stuff on the long term here, and the first thing, and I've already pointed this out on Telegram, those of you that are inside of my free 4 Flies Gold Telegram channel, which you can find linked right here below the like button, and a bunch of money waiting for you to claim. There is that free 4 Flies Gold Telegram channel where you are going to be able to get more updates from myself and my team around the clock in terms of analysis and trade setups and stuff like that I'm looking at. And I pointed it out, right? I mean, it's staircase up, elevator down, and we can prove this very, very easily, right? When we were last at this price level, it was the 2nd of March, and to get to our all-time high, it took 11 days. This is actually 12 because the way it counts is not correct. On the way down, we're down in 7 days. So we're coming down basically about half as quick or twice as quick as we went up. And again, that's a very strong kind of indication of the strength that this market has when it's pulling to the downside. So I still don't want to rule out the possibility of a larger correction. I think this is one of those things that are really going to blindside people. And what we need to understand is that the best setup for the market to have a strong drop is a recovery like this. Because what you want to do, what you want to see as a trader, is you want to see a nice big drop like this, leading into a nice big pump, ending at resistance, and then you start the next wave. Elliott wave theory guys are absolutely loving this video right now. That is what you want to see. You want to see nice big reactions and then continued big reactions to the downside to capture your next areas of support. Again, I can't stress enough, the analysis doesn't change. This might be disappointing to some people. This hopefully will be reassuring to most people. The analysis doesn't change. The support levels don't fucking move. They're not on trains. They're staying in the same place, and that makes it very, very easy for those of us that are just exercising a slightly more conservative approach. I know it's difficult for people in the crypto market to do. I personally have been trained in a more traditional finance background, even though I started in crypto, and that is a hell of a lot more conservative than most guys in this space, and that's why I don't fucking lose my money the way most people do in this space, and I'm actually still making phenomenal gains. Here is, again, one of my favorite screenshots of my life if it loads up. Obviously the massive Bitcoin position that I entered, a real Bitcoin position. I gotta stress this point. A lot of YouTubers post Bitcoin positions or whatever that they're trading, but they're counter trading themselves and other accounts and stuff like that. This is a real amount of money. I put in over 100K into this trade, made a lot of money. It's way more than this. It's like, you can look at the, Bitcoin pulled another 2x after this. So I'm actually sitting at 2,000% profit. Let me see if I can show you. Actually, I can't show you right now, but I'm over 2,000% profit on this position. That is the style that I like to use, even though, I'm always kind of operating from a slightly more conservative standpoint, because it's just realistic, guys. A lot of people get carried away. The crypto is the lottery ticket. Don't look for the lottery ticket within the lottery ticket, which is being extremely, ADHD about this shit. Just calm yourself the fuck down, chill out. It's really not that crazy. We need to slow ourselves down. Yeah, we're up against some pretty shark type personalities in the trading game, people who are far better than us, and they are able to stay patient. And if you're not, you're going to give your money to that guy. And you know what? The sad part is, bro, he already has way more money than you. He don't need more of your money. You're probably going to give it to him anyway if you're impatient. But we don't need to play that game. So next areas of support, 52. Again, like I said, they haven't moved. From high down to 52, we're looking at a 30% drop, and down to the next key area, and this is the level that I want to see, we're looking at a 40 to 45% drop to get down into those low $40,000 price levels where we have got the best support on this chart until 30K. I still want to see a $30,000 Bitcoin. I don't know if I'm going to get it. A $30,000 Bitcoin probably implies a really big drop. I mean, it's a 60% crash. I don't see it. We could overshoot it if we get that bad and, like 27 kind of happens because it's a flash crash, or even 25 or 24. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter, but I don't really think that's happening anymore. If it does, it's probably going to be like a really massive fuck you from the halving narrative, which would basically be saying, the halving doesn't matter. Bitcoin is crashing. Everybody was wrong. We had 3-4 halvings. History rhymes but doesn't repeat. And so this time's different. Whatever. There's gonna be like a lot of bear porn if the halving doesn't end up being bullish for Bitcoin, and then obviously I think 30K would be that new floor. We overshot 20K by another. We dropped by another 25%, right? So 25% down from 30. I'm not expecting lower than like the low 20s. I mean, I don't even think we're ever seeing $20,000 again. It would be great if we did, but I just don't see it. I really don't see it. I don't really even see 30. 30 at this point, and it pains me to say because this is the best level to backtest. This could be a really weird cycle, like I said, and I really don't want to rule that out. I don't want to rule out that this could be one of those really fucking weird cycles. Nobody can stomach that kind of idea right now, and I think that that's kind of why it might make sense. Fuck it. I'm still balls deep in Bitcoin. If it goes up, it goes up, but I don't want to be when everybody else can't even discuss these ideas because they sound so ridiculous. That's when I want to start having that discussion, right? And that's the same kind of mentality that I employed when Bitcoin was down here, and I was telling you guys that actually I think we could see a $40,000. It was just completely fucking crazy for me to say a 40K Bitcoin back then. Everybody knew it. Everyone was calling me out for it. But that's when I like to kind of discuss those ideas. So I'm kind of doing the same thing on the other side now. 40K, like I said, phenomenal area of support. If we end up getting it, I still want to see it. A 40% drop is very much on the cards. If we end up doing that, we are looking at a $44,000 Bitcoin bottom. I would eat that up. That would be amazing. That would be such a good pullback for Bitcoin. It would be so healthy. It would be in line with what a bull market can produce, and that will make it very realistic as well. So I love it. I'd love to see it. I don't know if we're actually going to get it. In order to get there, we need our existing support levels to fail, but it is very fragile, right? I mean, if we lose 60K, there's nothing. We know there's no support until until $50,000, and we can kind of paint that on this chart right now. There's the 60K level I'm always talking about, and there's the 52K level I'm always talking about. And if we look at late 21, it's a straight leg up and then a straight leg down, right? I mean, we take a bit of a zigzag approach, but there's no we're not doing something like this, it is just straight down, and then again, back in early 21, it was the same thing on the way up, same thing on the way down, and again, nearly here in the middle as well, and again. I mean, it is just straight the way up and straight the way back down. Massive price moves happening in this range. Anybody that thinks Bitcoin can survive from 60 until 52, anyone that thinks Bitcoin's going to find support in this range is fucking deluded. So good for them. The more people believe that kind of shit, the better for me. But that is a big range. It is a juicy price range. My God, I would love to sink my teeth into that. I think there would be some really nice price ranges to trade kind of around there. We're seeing some nice moves in the altcoin market. You kiss these coins goodbye if Bitcoin makes that drop. And it's the exact same picture here, from 52K down to 40. If you lose that level, it's the same damn thing, ladies and gents. We're making very quick trips up, very quick trips back down, and the same. We have this fake out right here, a very small fake out here that I'm not worried about. This is the only one that disproves what I'm saying, and it is the only one because after that, it is straight back to normal programming, where even within a 1 day intraday candle here, we managed to produce a move all the way from the 52K level down into this 40K box and then back up in the same damn day. This is another massive price range where if Bitcoin loses the 52K area, it is going to be a $10,000 drop from what I'm seeing on this chart. Does the chart have to make sense? No. Does it generally make sense? I think so, yes. If you feel like that's not the case, probably just haven't been watching this YouTube channel for the last year and a bit. Obviously, the massive nature of this move did take me by surprise a little bit, but the way we were producing these moves, generally speaking, they were pretty predictable. They made, they fell in line with Bitcoin's characteristics quite well. And it's why, I mean, my money talks for it, right? I'm still holding on to my long position, and I'm obviously still bull deeps in Bitcoin in general. So, if I felt like we were actually topping out for real, well, first of all, I wouldn't know because I'm not even going to try and predict it, but I'd probably would have sold a bit more Bitcoin, right? But I mean, the trend is your end, and the trend is your friend until the end. You've already heard it. So there you go, ladies and gents. Super exciting price action. This is still nowhere near in depth as I want to get with you all. Trust me, I know it pains me too. I'm going to come back to you all with that very, very soon. But if you have enjoyed this one, do me a favor and smash up those likes. Take advantage of the phenomenal offers available to you all with the links in the description down below. BingX and CoinW are both no KYC alternatives to Bybit, and they are both offering you phenomenal bonuses. CoinW, just for signing up with an account, to CoinW using my link. You don't even have to deposit any money, nothing. CoinW is going to give you a free $50 trading bonus. You can deploy that into the market, and any profits you generate are yours to withdraw. It is crazy. That is a huge bonus right there. There's a lot available. Just again, people always ask me, how would I start again? If I was broke again, because obviously that's how I started. Dude, I wish I could scoop up a free $500 position on Bybit. Are you fucking serious? I wish I had opportunities like that. When I was starting out, I had to earn my money back in my day. But now they're giving it out to absolutely fucking anybody that jumps through very, very easy hoops, literally just signing up and very, very basic things. So definitely do check it out. Again, please be advised that if you're in certain countries that have banned these exchanges, you can't use them. You can't use them with VPNs, all sorts of stuff. It's not going to work. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this one. You know what to do. If you have, hit up the like, subscribe, take the bell, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.